We are trying to grow our eBay store into a lean, mean, money-making machine. Part of that comes with listing consistently. We're listing 5 new high-quality clothing items a day right now, but we're also trying to clear out older stuff, keep things moving, and really get this store awake. We had 18 sales of 20 total items over this past weekend, which is great. It's not quite to the selling 5 clothing items a day that we want to get to, but we are only running about 150 clothing items total. So I'm pretty happy with that. We sold 4 clothing items that we've listed in just the last 2 weeks alone. I know that simply because we just started our SKU system here in about the last 2 weeks, and we sold 4 skewed items as well as 2 older clothing items. We'll talk about all of that as well as all the rest of the sales that we had this weekend. So we'll run through the clothing items. First, we sold this Bill Russell jersey from the University of San Francisco. And this was new with defects, I believe, is what it was. I forget exactly what was wrong with it. We disclosed it all in the listing. We also sold this Trump Turnberry Peter Millar Summer Comfort Shirt. This one also had a stain on it, and it would have gone for a lot more, but I think it still sold for about like $15. And then we sold this Pelagic fishing shirt. This is kind of a newer brand for me. And we get lots of fishing gear down here, of course, being in Southwest Florida. But this is a nice shirt, super lightweight, cool colors. I like that. And then we also sold these Tommy Bahama plaid shorts. And so those were those more recent listings. And then we sold this Nova Wave. This was like an inside out type of shirt, Tommy Bahama shirt. And we got that sold. And then I sold a pair of my old shorts. There was nothing special about these. This is Goodfellow. I think that's like old school generic Target brand. But Goodfellow cargo khaki shorts. Sold them for $3, and I was really happy because one of the things we're trying to do is to unlock more cash to have for sourcing good quality items and sell some of our old stuff for whatever price we can possibly get. All right, this was my daughter's find at a thrift store a while back. This was Royal Caribbean tumbler set. There's a lot of 3 of them. I think there's actually a 4th color in the set that we came across later, but we decided not to add it. But we paid $3 total for these at Goodwill. They were 99 cents each. And I think we sold them for $10 plus shipping. So just trying to teach my kids some of the basics and give them some opportunities to try to find some things to flip. So that was an exciting thing for her. Of course, you know that we love selling homeschool materials. They've been great sellers, obviously going right into the school year. So this is a bundle of 4 readers. Health, safety, that sort of stuff. On Our America, these were both a Becca brand. And then this came actually from a friend who was clearing out their old homeschool stuff, Lyrical Life Science. I have a bunch more stuff. This is not a Becca brand. This is Lyrical Learning. So I have a bunch more homeschool material from them that I have to get listed this week. But that only took a few days to sell. Then this is a CD, Pure Heart by Lenny LeBlanc. And again, some of you guys know when I first restarted this reselling journey about 2 months ago, I started with CDs because they're cheap and everywhere. But I decided I didn't really want to do the deep dive on that. I'd rather stick with clothing that I already know a lot more about. So we're just kind of selling through the CDs that we have one at a time as we go. And we had this, these are coins. These are baseball coins. And I had bought a bunch of these a while back. This was the last one. I ended up just blowing this out for $5. I think I paid way more in the store for them originally. But again, we're just trying to free up capital for new things. And then here's a variety of sports cards that we sold this weekend. We sold this John Nagowski. This was serial numbered out of 199. Had a Buster Posey fan come through, bought our Buster Posey poster, or Buster poster, as our kids like to call it. And then a couple other. This one was a serial numbered chrome card, and then another short printed card. So that's all going to the same buyer. And then we've been lotting up cards. And so this was a lot. These are all Jose Ramirez cards. And so they're all base cards. Didn't get a crazy amount of money, but again, just trying to free up space and free up some capital. This was a Jazz Chisholm serial numbered card that we had here. This is a pair of Bobby Witt Jr. rookies. Again, a very simple base card, but it's just a high enough demand player that even for something like the Stars of the MLB, which everyone laughs at, I still got like $4 for those cards. And then a pair of matching Jacob deGrom rookie cards. And I forget, I don't know if they're both PSA 10 or one's PSA 10. Anyway, a pair of Jacob deGrom cards, rookie cards that are great. So these are 18 sales. We're going to get these packed up and shipped out right away because I did notice as the sales started building up, the sales velocity that eBay was sending me was definitely coming in slower. And I think at a certain point, eBay's like, I mean, we need to make sure this guy is actually going to be able to ship all these items. So if I have another big sales weekend, I might actually start shipping on Saturday, because it really felt like my sales got slowed down a lot on Sunday. Because Sunday's usually the busiest day, and most of these sales came in Friday, Saturday. And I think eBay's just saying, we're not quite sure if he's going to be able to fulfill all these orders. So we're going to get these shipped out. And a lot of times once you get things shipped out, eBay's like, okay, everything's getting shipped. We can start sending more orders, because eBay wants to make sure that it is a good customer experience for their customers. So let me know what you sold over the weekend down in the comments below.